This is Gary Guyman with the Dominate the Day podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to help you get 1% better in your business, provide clarity, and give you some ideas that will help you grow your business. If you're ready to dominate the day, let's go.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't want to dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you want to dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.
Massive imperfect action. I talked yesterday about how I got to where I'm at by just doing the work, doing live videos. And that is the case in every single thing that you do in life. I can remember as a 2-year-old, this person sitting next to me, I'd put balls in his hands and clubs in his hands to help him in terms of athletics. And I mean, I'm a basketball lover. There's no hiding that. And so I was always kind of pushing him into basketball. And it's funny because he started gaining the same love and he started wanting to work on his own. I can remember seeing him in the driveway, shooting the J, working on the J, shooting the J, working on the J, working on his dribble, doing all those things. And he'd go to games and that would show up. He would go to games and he'd be able to break somebody down off the dribble. He'd go to games and he'd be able to hit long-distance three-point shots. Was it because he went to practice with the team? No. Was it because he decided he wanted to play basketball one day and all of that stuff came to him? No. He had to do the work. He had to practice. He had to practice how to dribble. He had to practice how to do a crossover, how to put it between your legs. Because the first time you do a crossover, it probably don't work. The first time you do a crossover, it's really slow, and you're not breaking ankles like Allen Iverson. You might go off of your foot. You might lose the ball. It might not transfer to your other hand. First time you go between your legs. I remember the first time I went to go between my legs. I didn't know that when you go between your legs, you kind of got to move your legs as the ball's going through. I just stood there. Well, the ball doesn't go through legs that aren't open. I don't know if you know that or not, but that's how it works. So the first time I tried to go between my legs in a pickup game when I was like 10 years old, I turned the ball over, fail. So then I decided I'm going to work on dribbling between my legs. I got decent at that. And then I worked on a move to where I'd go between my legs and then reverse the ball back to my same hand that I started with. And that allowed me as a slow white boy to be a little bit faster on the court than those that weren't slow white boys, which most people aren't slow, and most people aren't slow and white together when you're playing hoops. So overcome that. But I didn't just, I'm going to do a crossover today. Or Garrett didn't just, I'm going to shoot threes today, and I'm going to shoot them for 30 feet. He started practicing. He missed a lot. Missed a ton. You have to miss a ton. You have to work on the form. You have to work on the distance. You have to work on the release. You have to work on all that stuff in order to get the ball to go in the hole. And then you can shoot 25, 30, 35% from the three-point line. Then you can beat somebody off the dribble by crossover or by going through your legs. Not, I do it one time and I'm perfect at it. And see, that's what we want as business owners. We want to do one thing, one time, be perfect. And if we're not perfect, we don't want to do it again. We're like the players for the Permian Tigers, and the coach would always tell them this 2-word phrase after practice, before games, after games: be perfect. Well, it's impossible. It's impossible to be perfect. But what you can be perfect with is your activity. You can be perfect with your practice. You can be perfect in making sure that you do the things necessary to become great at something. But greatness only exists after you put in the reps. So you have to do massive imperfect action to get to greatness. You want to get to greatness? Start today doing the massive imperfect action on a daily basis. Put the work in. dominate the day.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't wanna dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you wanna dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.